Hello, and welcome back to some more Metaphor ReFantazio. In the last episode, we defeated the human in the courtyard, and we got a bunch of story stuff. And there is one thing I want to do. I want to talk to that the Igniter shop owner lady. We need a high enough stat in order to do that. So that's definitely something I want to try to do before the announcement thing happens in 4 days. But before that, we got people to talk to, I guess. Uh-huh. Yes.
Ah, 'tis you.
I know there's little left to do, but wait, that has me more restless than anything.
Hail!
Oh, that's right. Have you a moment to talk?
The truth is...
Lately, I have felt a great pressure weighing on me. It's made it difficult to stay level-headed. I hoped I might have your counsel. It must be dealt with swiftly, lest it affect my performance in battle. How would you cope with such burdens, if you were me? I would... She seems like the kind of person who would enjoy getting exercise.
I see.
Sound enough. And thus occupied with our exertions, your mind is cleared of distraction. Then how about it? Would you like to train in swordplay with me? Your technique is self-taught, I presume. This seems a fine opportunity to start you on some formal training. Okay.
All right.
In that case, we shall need some training swords. To the weapons shop with us.
All right.
A fine balanced weapon, no? 'Tis for training only, but you did never know it from the grip and swing. 'Tis most nostalgic. I once trained with a blade when I had just become a royal guardswoman myself. 'Twas not long after joining that I was assigned to the prince's retinue, so I was desperate to improve. I was younger than even you are now, and notably unskilled. Each night I would slip past the commander's watch, join a comrade of mine in the dark, and spar with him until our hands were calloused and blistered.
Certainly.
Some bouts I won, some I lost. Yet despite all the times we crossed blades, we never did see who was the better. Sounds like a worthy opponent. What was he like?
Well... perhaps.
A reasonable man, I suppose. So he used to be, at least. We swore we'd become royal knights worthy of the title, and rise to the heights of the order. We'd be champions.
Surely you jest.
God above, Hulkenberg, is it truly you? Is this the guy in question, out of the blue? So it is you. You've returned.
Rotan?
What a coincidence. I was just speaking of a comrade and rival. This is the self-same man. Who would have thought? And who's this pup? Pup?
Nice to meet you.
I see. You truly have changed, Hulkenberg. What do you mean? I mean, I'm taken aback. You indulge in the company of this Elda brat? Oh. You, once a proud member of the knighthood? Uh-oh. Why does that strike you so?
Absurd.
I suppose like attracts like. What? You're putting her on the same level as me? Just, oh my good lord. The dirt suits a fallen knight. Oh, good god. Okay, jeez.
You...
Oh, calm yourself, Hulkenberg. The commander of the Royal Knights is well within his bounds to judge your failures.
What?
Commander? You mean yourself?
Yes.
While you wandered as a vagrant, I earned both our share of honors. So I see.
And?
And you, clearly you've given up pulling yourself any higher. What has occupied you instead? I pursue a mission, one that far outweighs any glory found in the Order.
Whoops.
Ah, of course. When you couldn't save the prince, any dignity you had as a royal guard was well and duly snuffed, wasn't it? I suppose you had little choice but to cling to your search for his shadow. How dare... Choose your words with care. No need. I have nothing more to say. You disappoint me, Hulkenberg.
Sorry.
My apologies. I'm sorry you had to see that. You okay?
Listen.
'Tis kind to ask. I do understand his anger. 'Twas by my choice that our promised paths diverged, after all. But I cannot afford to lose sight of our priorities. Protag, let us fight onward in the name of His Royal Highness. That is the path I walk now. I can sense Hulkenberg's earnest faith and deep trust. Okay then.
I have not the luxury of regret.
Reduces the mag cost of studying the Knight lineage. Hulkenberg may defend the protagonist from an attack on his weakness. Ah.
Pardon me?
Begging your pardon, but how do you know that fellow who just left? Merely an old friend. You don't say. Well, you see... Words. Well, see you around. Oh, that's it? What
Very
the
well.
fuck? What? You can't just walk up to us and ask how we know somebody and go, oh, okay, goodbye. Let us leave our training for another time.
Yes.
100 drills or 1,000 swings. 'Twill make an unsparring regimen indeed to purge this distraction. Hulkenberg and I return to the others. Back to the hushed honeybee. Okay, now what was it
now?
that I is she still out? Can I, like, talk to her even though it's night now? Not Hulkenberg, the shop owner lady. There are some things that you can only do at night. I'm more familiar with the city than you, so feel free to ask me anything. Wrong button. Wrong button again.
Alright then.
I want to go here?
Let's head there right away.
Generally this area. Yes, she is out. Okay. Now what stat do I need to increase?
Back again.
What is it? Come to ask about the job? But what do I need? Wisdom.
Farewell.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, okay, Jesus, you Gallica, I know. Oh, good lord, Gallica! Move on!
Well,
I don't know what she was going on about, I was skipping through it, but I'm surprised that she had so much to say about...
Grand Cathedral, why? It's...
Why do you look...
Divination sees all things.
Vestiges of Magla are left by people wandering through the city. Those patterns tell me of the weather to come. Good evening, young man. I am a fortune teller. Please come to visit me if ever you wish to know which way the wind blows. Okay. I need to raise wisdom. How would I go about doing that?
What now?
Map.
All right then.
Let's go.
I guess I'm just gonna wander around until I find someone who gives me wisdom by speaking with them. Greetings, elder boy. We don't see many of your tribe in the capital, though we're similar in that way. Have you heard of the Mustari tribe? We are rarely seen in Grand Trad. The Mustari tribe?
See.
Of course. No, it's understandable. We rarely make ourselves known to the public, after all. So then, any interest in our history? Any way we live in why we live our lives secluded and oppressed? I'll share, if you'd like to know. Mustari history. Learning more about him may help us better support those in need, right? Improve our tolerance. Okay. No.
Fair enough.
I don't need intolerance right now. I just never imagined the day I'd meet a real one. Perhaps there's some truth to the old story after all. As a boy, my parents would even tell me stories about fairies before bed. Would you care for me to tell you more?
I wonder.
Or tell you one more, I guess. Words. So you grew up on fairy tales. No wonder you've got fairies on the mind. Imagination. Still not what I'm looking
I
for.
see. Now, how did I want?
Hello?
Oh.
An Elda. Sorry, but would you mind keeping distance from... No, wait. Are you perhaps the Elda who's been frequenting the Hushed Honeybee Inn of late? Am I that famous?
Grand, isn't it?
Well, for better or for worse, your tribe certainly stands out. But more importantly, your reaction gave you away. You do frequent the Honeybee. You see, I work in a very high-end hotel as an apprentice cook, but so far, all I've been entrusted with are chores. My dream is to become a 5-star chef. To that end, I've been researching the various cuisines of the city, and the Hushed Honeybee has caught my nose, if you will. I made the mistake of telling my superiors I wanted to go, but they stopped me cold. If I learn to cook from a parapet, it will damage our kitchen's reputation, they said.
Now what am I to do?
They told me if I even get caught setting foot in Sunshade Row, I'll be fired on the spot. I'm a Nadia, and he doesn't even trust me. It's the same tired prejudices. Nadia are liars and cheats, and so on. So if it's not too much trouble, could I ask for your help with something? I'd like you to go and help out with the cooking at the Hushed Honeybee, and then report back to me what it's like. The only catch is, my employer has some high-priority guests coming soon. If possible, I'd like you to get back to me by the 19th. By June 19th.
Please, if there's anything you can do.
I'd like to learn about their ingredients, what the kitchen's like, and of course, the taste of the food. Naturally, I'll make it worth your while. How does that sound? Sure, I can do that.
Thank you much.
Oh, thank you so much. You're truly kind, agreeing to help me out. A stranger you've only just met. I'll finally know what makes the kitchen tick.
Let's give it a shot.
I've got 2 days left to do this one. It shouldn't... Oh, it increases my wisdom too. Okay, we're doing it.
Come on.
Just like that, you're agreeing to help that guy? I suppose Fabienne has helped us a lot. It wouldn't hurt to pay her back by helping in the kitchen. From what I've heard, the Hushed Honeybee is really busy at night, so when the sun sets, let's ask Fabienne what we can do to help. Oh, perfect. We can do that right now, then.
Give it a full.
Let's.
All right, then. Go. What to do? All right, then.
Wrong button. There's run. Isn't there a way I can fly on my sword?
Oh, I am
I've already forgotten how to do that. Oh, that's not what I intended to do. Yeah.
What is it?
Say there.
What is it? Amazing.
I don't just talk to her. We always get a flood of guests at night. It looks like it's going to be another hectic one. If you're free, could you lend me a hand with preparing food? If you'd like to help out, feel free to use the kitchen as you please. If you have the ingredients, I can show you how to make red grass roasted bidou. Seems like Fabian's having a hard time. She's done a lot for us, so the least we could do is return the favor and help her out when we can. Improve tolerance. Okay, sure. Oh, that reminds me. There was someone who wanted to know what it's like helping with the cooking here. We could knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. Should we help Fabian out? Let's do it then.
You're a big help.
I appreciate the help. Now let's get you into the kitchen, shall we?
Next up is...
We finished preparing the fish. So now we have to put these in that pot.
Then...
Okay, the next thing we need to prepare is the cockatoo woolly cloud omelet. Okay. The eggs in the dish are supposed to have a fluffy look and texture. How do we do that? I haven't the foggiest clue, honestly. Cook it on low heat.
Let's try this.
I'm probably so wrong.
Whoa.
So we let the residual heat slowly finish the egg? Gotcha, time to get started. The technique of using low heat allowed the eggs to develop a soft and airy texture.
Nice job.
Wolf, down the whole plate, you're surprisingly good at this, Protag. Okay, good. Looks like I did a great job helping out. I feel like my tolerance improved.
All right.
Okay. I continued to help out as the night went on. Alright, someone wanted to hear more about the honeybee. I should visit the young man on Sun Lumeo Street.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Evidently.
A group of corpses was discovered in the Tradia Desert. Travelers aiming for the royal capital, it seems.
You're right.
There's certainly a lot of monsters out there. Tragic for them to meet their end so close to their destination.
Yes.
There seems to be a pack leader in the group of monsters. Might the recruitment center have more information on it?
Well then,
Am I really fine with this? Stroll comes to mind. Maybe I should go talk with him.
Say there.
Let's report this request first, and then we'll talk to Stroll.
Let's go. But...
Give it a fool, I say. Damn groovy.
oh,
Ah, have you perhaps helped out at the Hushed Honeybee? Please tell me what it was like there. I recounted to him the full story of my time as a sous chef.
grand, isn't it?
I see. So it's all in the preparation. If I'm hearing you right, it sounds as though Miss Fabienne is rather particular about the ingredients she uses. This red grass you mentioned. Not just anyone can get their hands on it here, can they? I knew she was no ordinary innkeeper.
Now what am I to do?
As I believe I mentioned, the place I work serves high-class clientele, and the head chef, not to mention the customers, put too much emphasis on tribe. Just being a Nadia, I get a cold shoulder from Clamar and Rogue nobles in particular. To be expected in society is as it stands to be expected in society as it stands today.
What in the blazes?
The head chef doesn't want people like that to even see me holding a knife. Probably why he sticks me with all the busy work and chores. Suppose I should be grateful I have a job at all, honestly. But still, there are a lot of days when I question why I'm putting up with any of this. So I just wanted confirmation of a simple fact that I think I've always known to be true. That all the skill of a chef has nothing to do with one's tribe. Hearing about the Hushed Honeybee has renewed my inspiration to keep cooking. I don't know where it'll take me, but I'm ready to throw myself into the proverbial frying pan. Oh, and of course, I need to thank you properly for what you've done. Here, take this as a token of my gratitude.
Mission accomplished.
Oh boy. Give me that wisdom. Yeah, the other stuff's good too, but... Oh, that was very good. For better or worse, we've learned a lot about this country's attitudes towards different tribes. Who knew prejudice would even extend to cooking? But it's heartening to know people are working to make it better, so we gotta keep up our own fight too.
That damned Luis. Give it a fool, I say.
Okay, now for hanging out with Stroll. Oh, you were literally across the street. I was looking at you and I didn't see you. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's you. Staying put like this puts the day of calamity in mind for me. I have an interesting rumor out of Grand Trad. I thought I might walk the streets to see what comes of it.
Aye.
If you're not too burdened, would you care to join me?
All right.
Then let's be off. I've heard tell that there are some drifters who occasionally show up on this road here. I can't help but wonder if maybe they're the people I've been looking for. Grand Trad is full of novelty. I still can't get used to all of the clamor, though. Clamor, though? In Halia, the town where I grew up, you could hear a pin drop by comparison. There is still the bustle of friendship and commerce, but...
But that's...
Young Master Leon, it couldn't be!
Huh?
I know that voice. Okay.
Rangith.
Rangeef, is that you? You made it out safely.
Wow.
Oh, young Master Leon. My goodness, you look how you've grown, words. Friend of yours?
Hold on. Truth is...
He served House Halatus when our house still stood. I never imagined I'd see him again, much less here. Ragnif, this is Protag. He's a friend I've recently begun traveling with.
However...
Forgive me for saying, but... What? There's no but there. Forgive me for saying, time has not been kind to your frame, old friend. Are you eating well? And how are the others?
That's...
After the human attacked, the survivors fled to the capital. No one could make a living among the ruins in Halia, much less restore it. Most arrived here with only the clothes on their backs. Their livelihoods were destroyed, and without shelter from the rain, more than a few have faded away. No. Then let me help. Let me find you housing. Well, I would if I had the means. All I have left of my nobility is the name alone. I'm so sorry.
Wow.
Your kindness is more than I could ask for, young master. I've always said you've got your heart from your parents. The only reason you're alive here today is because your parents had us evacuate to the capital. You mean to say my parents instructed you to flee here? All the more reason, then, that I have to help somehow. We can build some houses. I don't think we have the time or resources for that, but... let's find some way to help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I only wish I knew how. It holds authority over the area. Who holds authority over the area you're staying in right now? An Ishkia Marquis, Lord Hydron.
I see.
A Marquis, you say. I think that's how you pronounce that. Marquis. Marquess. I think it's Marquis. Sounds like you need to pay this Lord Hydron a visit. I'll see if I can negotiate the use of some vacant homes for all of the Halia's refugees to live in, though I doubt my name alone is worth much in collateral. Young master, please, our woes should not be yours to shoulder. I already bear their weight, old friend. That fateful day 7 years ago, my parents acted to save as many as they could. I was just a boy, lost in the panic, and I wouldn't have escaped if it weren't for... and I wouldn't have escaped were it not for all of you.
Oh, definitely.
In other words, I'm only standing here today because of your swift action, so let me do what I can to give you peace in this new life.
Sure, but...
You honor us. Still, I fear your plea may fall on deaf ears with Lord Hydron. Devoted as he would seem to the church, he has brushed me off before as backwater refuse. All the more reason I should speak with him myself, if that's how he sees you. Let's go set him straight.
You know?
I fear it might backfire if we... Wait, you're coming too. Moving forward, we'll be in no shortage of trouble. I'd rather you not have to add my personal woes to that. That's what friends do.
It'll be fine.
We're friends though, aren't we?
You.
Very well.
Thanks.
Either way, it's reassuring to have you by my side. On behalf of both me and my house, you have my gratitude. I can feel Stroll's deep trust in me.
I feel
Alright.
more courageous when I'm with you.
Reduces the mad cost of studying the warrior lineage. When Stroll attacks a human-type monster, critical rate increases. You have my thanks as well, Sir Protag. I have no doubt the young master is in capable hands.
Huh.
Please, enough with the young master thing. We need not stand on ceremony.
Let's head back.
I would have us meet Lord Hydron without delay, but the sun is going down. Let us return now. Let us return for now and meet with him another day. Okay, back to the hunt for someone who gives me more wisdom. Okay, I looked it up, and apparently sitting at this bench will slowly boost my wisdom, so... Why not take a why not take a breather? There's a new view, there's a nice view, and it's important to stop and smell the roses, you know? Besides, watching how the people in Grand Trad live might broaden our horizons. We're gonna take a break.
Whoa.
The streets are packed, but at least it's not as huge a crowd as the royal funeral had. Sure are a bunch of nobles on the main street and around the Grand Cathedral. I see some Clamar, Rogue, and even some Ishika. But if you head to the back streets, you'll see more Parapists. Guess that's what a class divide looks like. But then there's you, the only Elda in town. It's crazy how people will say the most vile things right to your face. I don't let it get to me.
Listen.
It doesn't really bother me. It's very strong of you, but if anything does get under your skin, make sure you speak up. Let's not hide anything from each other, okay?
Well?
Personally, I don't see much difference among the tribes, but I bet a lot of people would disagree with me there. Personally, I don't see much difference among the tribes, but I bet Personally, I don't see much difference among the tribes, but I bet a lot of people would disagree with me there. Gazing out at the sights of the capital with Gallica makes me feel like I've broadened my wisdom.
Now then.
Have I broadened it enough? I sure have!
Wisdom.
'Tis one of the virtues of a ruler must possess. If thou aspire to true sovereignty, fill thyself with the knowledge to discern the truth from falsehood.
Why, that's...
A conqueror needs that precious kindling with which a follower's passion may be inflamed. Gallica and I headed home while discussing the people and stores we passed along the way.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
I've only got like 2 days left to do the job for the lady. Now don't I? Sure do. And we'll do that in the next episode, because I gotta end it here. So with that said, thanks for watching, and until next time, bye-bye.
Save it.